the tour is over, you were a little apprehensive about the safety of Colombia and riding in Colombia. That was an issue that was brought up in our communication through email. How do you feel about it now? Like, what was your expectations when we first start talking, and how has it evolved over the past few months?
It's felt very safe.
Not very safe.
Very safe.
Very safe.
When we started organizing the trip, there were several people interested in coming. He's asking you to go back a little bit. Many of the people dropped out because they thought it was unsafe. One of the people who dropped out, his secretary had a bad incident. Um, he got very scared of that. Additionally, there was an alert from the State Department that Colombia was moved up a level of danger, and consequently, we spoke to Tomas. He reassured us, and several of us continued and decided to come. I was nervous before coming, even 3 days before coming. I was wondering, was this a mistake? But decided that I was going to take the chance. I've wanted to come here and roll the dice. So came here. From the time I landed, I felt very, very comfortable. Um, Not threatened at all. There's police around, but they don't stop us at all. But they're there if you need them. They're It's been fantastic. The people are all friendly, helpful, nice. It's not threatening at all. The drivers are great. On these trips, probably the bigger risk is a bike accident rather than getting kidnapped. And the drivers have been fantastic. So I think it's a very, very, very safe destination. And I've ridden all over the world.
What about the rest? How you guys feel? Like, do you echo that feeling?
Totally.
So I'll echo Jay's comment. Right up until Friday, when I was traveling here, I kept asking myself, why am I doing this? This is a mistake. When my first leg flight got delayed 3 hours and I was sitting there waiting and knowing I was going to miss a connection, I even emailed Tomas to say, I'm really having second thoughts. And I hung in there. I dealt with the crappy travel day. I dealt with losing my luggage. And it's been a great week. Definitely feel safe.
And in your case, do you feel like, was it worth, like, or like, because you were thinking about canceling, like, calling it off? Do you feel like, are you glad you didn't, or how do you feel?
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm glad I came.
I
For
never.
sure.
I had very slight doubts, and then when you emailed us about the scale where it's dangerous and where it's safe in the country, I was totally confident. That was them. So no worries on my part.
Yeah, I totally agree that when you sent the email, giving a realistic look, showing us the map, and how only by the Venezuelan border. And then Jay has sent another email who's like an FBX military who reassured us. So once that was done, the safety issue was completely out of my mind. My biggest issue had to do with whether I was going to keep up with these guys. I've been busy all year. I've been traveling a lot, other things. So this was really my first on the road bicycle ride. I've been training indoors, but because of the drivers, Oscar, I didn't have a battery. He went on board for me, way beyond my expectation. The food was incredible. The restaurants you took us to, this trip was beyond my expectation. Totally.
Let me explain. My email was, I have a friend who works for the UN doing security, and he has friends in Colombia who reassured us that this particular area in Colombia is very, very safe, which was very reassuring to all of us.
That was the most reassuring email I
Yeah.
got
For
from a professional.
as you said, like the biggest threat is having an accident, right?
Yeah.
How